back, adventurers. My name is Eli, the Game Master, and this is A Good Day to Die. Last we left off, the group had battled a group of bandits, had made their way to the Blackberry Farms, had met and had got to know each other just a little bit better. Dr. Isaac Tone had expressed to the group that they had a giant problem. But this giant was being manipulated by a group of kobolds in the local area called Charles Ridge. So recruiting the aid of the group, on the next morning, they are all going to head out to Charles Ridge to deal with what is plaguing Blackberry Farms. And let's go ahead and just pick it up there. How's everybody doing, by the way?
Wonderful.
Billy Duper.
Terrible.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
It's the worst.
I've never.
Brock.
My gerbil died.
You got a gerbil?
Get out of my head.
Never.
He told me my fish would die the next day dead.
I mean, admittedly, he was walking out of the house with a
Right
fishing
now.
pole, but...
Your fish?
Your fish is your
He hung
dad?
himself.
Your dad is a fish?
Whoa, that got really dark really fast.
Whoa. We need
I'm
to...
not sorry, that
He
was
was
clever.
over there quoting Disney and Amos' suicide.
Yeah, we need to recheck some things here.
So, the next morning, you all wake up to the sound of a rooster crowing out into the field. You smell breakfast cooking downstairs. That mixture of bacon and eggs just kind of wafts through the entirety of the inn. Perry, you wake up having had fallen asleep.
Why is there a crazy elk sound?
How about you mind your own business?
Would it not be
Why is that queued up? I know what that means.
Would it not be a cock cawing?
Stop.
Sorry.
You wake up having fallen asleep during your studies to the sound of this like deep looking down at the floor. You see the caterpillar is just slowly making its way across the floor, and Robbie the ferret is just doing his weasel war dance, just kind of freaking out about it and not really understanding what to do, as he's just like dancing, running around the room, running back to the caterpillar and dancing again.
With knowing that and having spent some additional time perusing my father's spell books, something just kind of like triggers in my head a little bit, like, maybe? And I pull out the book from under my pillow. I chant and tome, and I try to produce Mage Hand. Just like something clicked.
And it just gently floats in the air.
And I just like use it to kind of chase Robbie in a circle around.
Robbie just kind of looks up at it and does that thing where he backs up and his mouth is wide open before turning and running as like you try to manipulate the mage hand to chase him.
And I would spend the next few moments kind of familiarizing myself with this new weird feeling that maybe Dad wasn't all that far off, and maybe I should have been studying harder. And this is kind of cool, this magic thing, huh? Interesting. And I do that for a little while before going downstairs.
I got you.
Only you listen.
I know, man.
Menzeric, you are awakened that next morning by the rooster crowing. And you see Ray just chasing around a dragonfly amongst the blackberry vines, just kind of weaving in and out. He's just at full tilt in predator mode, just chasing this dragonfly. Everything has a dew coating over it, and it's like that nice, cool morning feeling as you wake up, that feeling that you have fallen in love with being out amongst nature. What would you like to do?
I get up and put my bedroll away and try to be clean. And then I immediately go in to find him. I wanna talk to him about that plant.
Okay.
I am still asleep.
If he's like obviously still asleep, then I'm not going to knock. I'm just gonna like chill outside his door.
Wait, does this mean you listen to hear if he's asleep?
We're about to find out if you snore.
Roll for snoring.
Roll for snore. Snore for roar.
21.
21.
You hear no real rustling from inside that room, so you would assume he's still asleep.
Yeah, okay. Then I just sit outside and I kind of just left Rayado to do his thing and let him play around. So he knows where to find me if he needs me.
All right. Ragnar and Marcus, as you kind of like prepare for the day and you step outside, you see that Varum and Forik, the twins, are downstairs and they're preparing tables for everybody. They're getting a breakfast ready. You see that Flint is kind of heading in and out of the house, and he's bringing in water from outside. Everybody just seems to be doing chores. You see that Apris is standing behind the counter, and she's cleaning glasses, and she's just kind of preparing for the day. And of course, Isaac, this is something you've kind of grown accustomed to being there for a week. You know, you kind of are filing into the normal daily routines there at Blackberry Farms. So, what would you like to do?
He would probably help in the kitchen with his newfound ability to create water and his inability to really feel the heat of the stove. Like, it doesn't seem to hurt him if his hand touches the hot metal, whatever, for a brief second. So he just sort of helps with the cooking, and it's like he kind of is a natural at it. Doesn't know why.
When you head into the kitchen, Bariv is the one that's in there doing the cooking, getting everything ready, right? When you just walk over as Flint walks in with the water, you look at the next container he's about to pick up, and you just kind of, and it fills with water. Flint thinks that is amazing and begins to talk to you about it, right? Bariv looks at it and looks at you. He says, "Never cease to surprise us, do you?" Damon, when you wake up, you turn and you look to where the caterpillar had been the night before, and that, like, what's left of the potted plant, and it is no longer there.
The plant?
The plant was eaten long ago.
The potted plant?
But the pot.
The pot is still there.
Still there, okay.
The thing that is not there amongst the plant, the pot, the soil
The
therein
cosmic critter.
is the cosmic critter.
Okay, so it takes, as I turn over, I'm still in the process of waking up. And so it takes me a couple seconds to process what I'm seeing. And I kind of do that. And I sit bolt upright in bed. Covers fall off of me. I still have my boots on. It's like, kind of struggle to my feet. And like,
It's like that moment where you don't know where your cell phone is. Or
Yeah.
something like-
As I go and I rip open the door, and that's when I realize I'm not wearing trousers, but I still have my boots on.
And Manzarek is standing right there listening to the door.
Just right at your ankle. Or knees. Not ankle. That'd be even smaller.
Alright, thanks, man.
Like,
Where are your pants? And more importantly, where's the caterpillar?
let me get some pants on first. Like, shut the door in his face.
I know where one of those things are.
You just open the door, Manzarek's like, "Good for you." Where's the caterpillar? It's here.
Well, that's the first one.
So, anywho, shut the door in his face. I run back, kind of jerk my trousers on as quick as I can. Don't even bother with the shirt. I just have kind of my cut linen undershirt. And I go back out, open it, and it says, I have no idea.
I'm gonna just walk into your room, like, without you really, unless you try to stop me. I'm just gonna go in.
I have nothing to hide.
I'm gonna assume clearly, like, I see the plant pretty much immediately, or what was the plant.
What kind of survival role would it be to track a
That's
caterpillar?
what.
What's the DC for that?
Something just outrageously high.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
I'm gonna try to track the caterpillar
He's got those skills.
Nope.
Oh, never mind.
It's a 15.
15. I'm gonna say yeah.
Did we determine that it was magical? Like, I know we did. Did we determine it was magical while I was there? I don't think so.
I
extra plane.
I determined it is
Extra
not
plane
from this point of
grenade.
existence.
Yeah, but
Does not
magic.
mean-
Okay.
No, nobody knows it's magical.
Okay.
The only indication that you, the players, know it's magical is because I said he was under the effects of calm emotions.
Seeing as how I know it's not from this plane, though, I have literally nothing else I would go off of. I am going to try detect magic, or I'm just going to detect magic.
Okay.
I assume I'm not going to find anything because it's been with him for so long at this point that anything it would have left
Unless you
behind
guess something.
would be gone.
So you two are in a mad panic looking for this caterpillar.
Actually,
I woke up, I was going
Actually,
to
hang
seek
on.
out the kid to let him know the scoop of what's going on today, a rundown, and where he's going to stay at on the battlefield while we're going.
would the caterpillar technically be considered an ally
No.
or creature?
That makes it.
I mean, it's not awesome. It's certainly not.
I cast locate creature, and because he's been with me for 24 hours,
Has he?
If the caterpillar's not with us, it's against us.
yeah. So I do cast locate creature.
The risks of not killing the caterpillar are too great.
What's the sonar?
Yeah. So you start to like follow that sensation. You have your hand outstretched and you have this very focused look. You see Damon kind of like slip into almost a trance as he gets hyper focused and begins to walk out. And he kind of files right behind Ragnar. And you kind of doing that awkward thing where you and the other person are walking in the same direction at the same rate of speed, and you're just kind of like, as he's following you upstairs towards Perry's room.
I follow along. I'm like, where are we going?
It's Cumberland.
It went this way. It's over here. Still following it.
I'm just gonna keep that going.
I go to his room to see if he's even in there and
I'm
not.
just sitting at the breakfast table waiting.
Because you said you took some time, I'll say you're still there.
Yep.
You're sitting at the breakfast table?
Just waiting for chow.
I got you.
With the
Barry,
book back
you
in
in
my
there?
bag. Yeah. Come on in. And I'm like clearly sitting on the floor, cross-legged, with Robbie and the caterpillar, just having a great time, just playing.
Hey, I just
Where is it?
Isn't there still a mage hand just floating around?
Yeah.
You just see both our heads poke out from either side of.
No, I just come out. I just walk through because there's nothing there to stop me.
Ferret caterpillar.
Well, I guess that doesn't hurt having y'all here too. We're going over plans for when we go out today, specifically for Perry. But why are y'all up here?
Why is that in
We're
here?
up here for that.
Oh, Wormy? Why do you need Wormy?
Yeah, why do you need the dang worm?
You named it?
Yeah, that seemed appropriate.
Why is
Beautiful.
it in here?
I mean, it came here last night, visited me in a dream,
It
and then
came in
appeared.
here.
Yes.
It's a long way for a caterpillar.
It was a long way.
I go
So-
over and I scoop it up into
Oh,
my hand.
what?
Since you're a kid, and kids lie all the time, I'm gonna roll sense motive. I know you're not, but like,
Children are
16.
dirty, filthy liars.
Are you lying?
I'm not.
okay, we're good.
You filthy liar.
I just kind of like, I'm like looking around like, you've made friends with the caterpillar.
I think he's made friends with me.
Is there any harm in him holding on to the caterpillar?
He's like
Hang on.
6.
He likes
shouldn't
to ride
be-
my shoulder.
Can't be
Hang on.
watching this.
He watched it last night. You wasn't aware of it. And what we were going over is where he's going to be at when we go and get the baby troll. It's not going to be in danger.
Giant
If-
baby.
If we watch over him,
Whatever.
we're watching over the caterpillar.
Potato, potato.
My charge, my rules.
Well, I don't charge
Also
anything.
my charge, and he is a tall child.
I'm not 5'10", by the
Still
way.
a child.
3'9".
World's tallest dwarf. Still a child. And I turn and I walk back to my room.
With the caterpillar?
with the caterpillar.
Then I follow you.
Are you gonna try to stop me?
No, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's been told no most of his life, so.
Okay.
It's
Slide
just
it
that,
Oh,
like,
the
oh,
nice thing that I like, I won't get to keep it.
that tracks.
Anyways, so what I came up here for was
Mhm.
to establish with where you're going to be at. Can't be on the front line. So you need to be in the back.
The back line.
Yes, somewhere safer, somewhere we ain't got to worry about you being in danger as easily.
Or getting things in danger because of me. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to ignore that. So, what I need you to do is always be beside. What's that dirty guy's name?
Not
The
dirty.
filthy peasant.
Omar?
No, not him.
No.
Oh, this one's taller. I'll point him out next time I see him. Anyways, my thought was for you to stay
Dimitri?
beside. My thought was for you to be beside him,
Okay.
and I was going to see if there's anybody else. The tiefling said he would be coming with us as well. I'm not sure if he's.
I mean, you guys are all like big heroes and adventurers, right?
No.
But you have like these big abilities and massive weapons and have fought many a battle.
I
Yes.
have,
Okay.
but that's me, and that's my upbringing. I can't vouch for the others.
I have a feeling that this group is good.
Either way, you need to be somewhere safe until we can figure out where you best fit safely.
Okay.
Because I wasn't lying when I said I was going to make sure you made it to Lord Mayor Hawthorne. I just figured that we could get some free coin out of it as well.
If that will help with the journey, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't help with the journey. If anything, I like smashing, so it's fine by me. And you seem to be interested in going, so I'm not going to tell you no. I just need to make sure
What
you're
about
safe.
the armored one, Damon?
He's probably going in the front line with me.
But he doesn't want me to go.
Oh, the one that took your caterpillar?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
where
can ignore whatever he says. Be our secret. So you're able to go. We just don't
act
say anything
like,
to him.
I mean, that could work, maybe.
Are you going to tell him that you're allowed to go?
Well, you decided I don't have to tell him anything.
That's the point.
Okay. Okay.
Now you get.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, let me get dressed and I'll come down for breakfast.
All
I
right.
mean, I am dressed, but
After we eat, we'll gather everybody up and we will head out. So that way we have, I believe you said it was a half a day's journey there. We'll at least have a better half of sunlight. Unless we're in a cave. Then we can rest and then come back.
guess I'll
Please don't be in
spend
the
a
cave
moment.
as I walk away.
I'll spend a moment getting dressed and packing my things and getting ready.
So, as you were the first one to sit down at the table, Marcus, Flint walks over to you and he sits down kind of hurriedly. A plate with bacon, eggs, toast, just like a nice hearty little breakfast. And he sits it down for you. He says, "Is there anything else I can get for you?"
Glass of milk, got it. Wonderful.
He says, "Absolutely."
Voracious.
And he comes back and he kind of pours you a little pitcher of milk. The rest of you, as you come down, see that breakfast is prepared for you and there's spots for everyone. Most of the caravan is already there and they're already partaking in the breakfast. There is some discussion about how they're going to help around the Blackberry Farms while they're there. It's not just, you're just staying the evening for free. They are paying, but also if you do help at the Blackberry Farms, you get a free bushel of blackberries. And so they are very into that idea. As they begin to just kind of like talk and converse, you see Mithra, walking across the tavern, and she kind of looks at all of you and kind of gives you a very polite smile and nod as she heads into the kitchen, and she says, "So, Doc, you're heading out with your newfound friends, huh?"
Friends may be a bit much.
She says, "I just want you to be careful, especially with the child," she says, "that you're taking." She says, "Because the last person that came through here that headed towards the ridge was Lucky Charles, and he never came back."
Understood.
Lucky
Apparent-
Charles.
Lucky Charles.
Apparently, I might be able to help in more way than one there.
She says, "Is this part of your memory coming back to you?"
No, that wasn't.
She says, "Interesting. What else can you do?
I don't know.
This may be a great way to find out." She says, "By the way, I packed a lunch for you and your friends.
Yeah,
Because you're helping, it seemed like it'd be the least I could do."
I appreciate it.
She sets down a small ration for everyone, so you can all add 1 ration to your equipment.
One rush.
So when I come downstairs, I still had the pot. The plant's no longer in it.
Okay.
And it looks like there's still like dirt stuck to the side of it, but it's just the pot now with the caterpillar still stuck inside there. If you want to know where the plant and the dirt are, I will tell you it is under the bed.
Great. You're a great house guest. By the way, your ration consists of blackberries, cheese, and a little bread.
I like it. Delicious.
Like, what is this garbage?
So, I was with you when you put what was left of the plant underneath the bed. The bed.
Oh, if you were with me,
I followed you,
would have
yes.
been a little more certain. I probably would have closed the door in your face. Like, can I get some privacy?
I'm here for the caterpillar, but yes.
I'll
I wait for
bring it out when I'm done.
That's why I wait for you. You're good. I'm not trying to impose anything.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I've already seen you without your pants on. I'm close enough at that point.
I knew
Damon's
this
just feeling a little. Why is this thing following me around all the
It's
time?
Totally fair. Oh no, I'm a thing. I'm not offended by that.
Yeah. So that's just for your benefit.
Okay.
Alright. So I go downstairs, and if there's any sort of vegetable or leafy green, I kind of put that into the pot with the caterpillar.
So the interactions you have with the people in the inn are pretty civil. Flint is kind of going from table to table and serving all of you, where Veyram and Forik are interested in the caterpillar. They begin to like check it out and look at it. Veyram is very interested in Robbie. She wants to play with Robbie, you know, and even she like looks at you and she's like, "Can I pet him?"
I mean, you can try. He's not.
A solid?
Yeah. Sometimes he's a little moody. Sometimes he likes it. Sometimes he just ignores you.
She like kneels down to the pack where he's just kind of like curling and like wiggling around, and she like takes your words of advice and just more watches him. Where Forik would be more interested in Ray. He wants to check out the raptor. You know?
He is outside. So
So is he. So is he.
he's out there.
Yeah. So is Forik.
Cool. Have at it.
I would imagine Forik would be doing that thing where he like keeps a respectful distance, and anytime Forik approaches him, he like jumps from side to side and like runs a certain distance. And Forik is young enough to see that as like a game.
Okay.
And he wants to like play with Ray, but Ray is kind of like not super into interacting with people.
Kind of like an older cat almost. That's just like, I know my person, and I want nothing to do with anyone else.
Correct.
Yeah.
You all kind of wrap up breakfast, you know, just civil conversation and everything. Tamor looks at all of you and he says, "I wish you luck on your journey." He says, I hope to have you all in my caravan on our way to Drimport soon. So in other words, please don't die. I need your coin."
well wishes just warm my heart.
Good. He walks up to you and he like slaps you hard on the shoulder. I assume you're still sitting down.
Yeah.
And he's standing. He walks up and he's like, good. And you just don't move as he's like, ooh.
Good for you.
If it makes you feel better, the loot we got from those bandits are on the caravan. You're welcome to have those if we die.
He says, we did our share, and we had taken the loot from the ones that we had bested. I feel like that is yours to take, your trophies for what you contributed to the caravan.
If we die, that's what I'm getting at. If we don't come back, you can have them.
There's a potential that we don't come back.
We're coming back. I'm coming back.
He says, and the point I'm trying to make is, I have the utmost faith in you. You'll make it back, and that will be your loot.
See? Me.
At least.
And Perry.
Okay, I was a little worried there,
Oh, yeah, no. Me involves you. You or I.
but I'll be next
I am
to
we.
him.
Oh, yeah, hey, this is the,
Yeah.
Filthy
Oh.
beggar.
yeah,
Yeah,
filthy bear.
What?
Marcus, that's
I'm
what
not
it was.
filthy.
I've been out on the road for a while, but I bathe.
Yeah.
Before
And I've been through a lot, and you're filthy to me.
before we leave, I try and who of the people seems most likely that they would know of some way I could cover the plant pot. Something breathable I could put over it that'll keep the caterpillar contained.
Probably the druid.
I probably talk to the druid, approach the druid.
Yeah, so anyway, I have a fishing...
You?
Oh, yeah. I have a fishing net to cover it with, and this thing is massive. It's like the size of my arm.
Also, the caterpillar's big.
That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
sorry.
We're not going anywhere with that. Really?
Gross.
I give you the fishing net. Go ahead and we can wrap it around it. The pot, not it.
All right. So what I do is I take some of the fishing line.
Net.
It's a full-blown
Yeah.
fishing net.
So take some of the lines that it's covered with, just kind of push it up, put it over the top of it, and wound it on the side, and then knot it.
Roll me handle. And you can as well if you have it.
I just sense that he's not happy.
11. I'm not
21.
super charismatic.
With a 21, as like all of this is happening, you kind of go back over to the pot, and the caterpillar is on the rim of the pot, and it hasn't like gone one way or the other. It has contently eaten at the leaves. And as you hold the net and you kind of look at it, you get the sensation that it's not going to go anywhere. Like, it went to him and it stayed with him all through the night. But like, just looking at it, you got a feeling that it's very content with just being with you.
It's mostly in the case of I don't want him to accidentally fall out. Whether it'll stay with me or not is beside the point. I know we're going to be doing a lot of moving around, so I need to figure out some way to keep it contained.
Okay.
Don't want to get squished.
Not let it fall out.
Right.
Yeah, that one.
By squishing.
So, and that's
Judging by the CR, it's a very durable caterpillar.
I don't like that.
I just want to throw this out there. Did you plan on holding that thing the whole time?
I'm probably going to put it in my pack, but just kind of.
Why don't we give it to the kid
Can ride
who's
on my
coming
shoulder.
with us, who isn't going to be fighting, who isn't going to be in danger, who can make sure it's safe?
It's on
Like,
your
I want
head.
to stay
I
on
take
the
no
wall,
responsibility
please.
for that. That's your decision.
I'm talking about the caterpillar. You're
Talk
so
about the
worried.
kid.
Yeah, he's going to be safe.
Mm.
I'm
This
talking about the
entire time,
caterpillar
I'm just
being in
standing
a
at the
safe
door.
spot, so you ain't going to worry about it because he can't stay with you when we're fighting.
I'll let you
I'll
say
hold
it.
Wormy.
Yeah, give him Wormy. What's it going to do? Fly away?
Give him Wormy, Tamor says. What are we talking
Roll
about?
me a diplomacy.
That's
What's my DC? Ooh. Not great. A 9.
I was gonna give you to on like a 12 or better, but okay. So I'm like,
Hold a 3.
I'll hold.
When did I lose control of dictating what the DC of things are?
Oh,
I'm
Sorry.
joking, I'm joking.
Sorry, I gotta switch the scene here. There we go. All right. Take
Uh,
it.
I was like, Delaney knows best. Wait.
Where'd I go?
Take the DM out.
Why you think you have ultimate power?
I remove the people that aren't important. Just me.
No, so I'm like, no, I'll hang on to it for right now. Also, I have a rank in planar. Can I roll for the knowledge planes?
Well, you did level up.
You did level up and gain that rank.
Mhm.
Maybe you'll get a nat 20.
It would be nice. I haven't rolled one yet. I don't think I've rolled above a 10.
Oh, I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
I see that 19 on this.
Roll it.
Is it a 1?
2. For a total of 7.
Quick, someone roll a 3.
What? No way.
Yeah, you'll have to wait till level 3.
I'm so surprised.
You're like, wait a minute. It's still a caterpillar.
That tiefling is crazy.
Obviously has no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's it. So
Okay.
I
yeah,
meant to
once I
ask.
cover it, I kind of stick in my bag and settle it in where it'll be safe.
You after you wrap up breakfast and everything, you see Dr. Isaac Tone is waiting for all of you at the front door. He seems eager and willing to go.
I meant to ask.
Yeah.
Are you going to be on the front lines or the back lines?
I'm. Forget the type of armor I am wearing.
You keep the healer in the middle to keep the fighters hale and hardy.
You see, I sort of like take my fingers, which do have kind of sharper nails, and I tap right here, and you hear the sound of metal, like
I didn't realize you were
somewhere in the middle.
forming up in lines.
Okay.
I usually
Yeah.
say about. I sort of throw up my chain to where it lays just on the ground, 10-ish feet away, and I quickly just wrap it back up into a wrap and hook it on my side.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Help me with staying between the monsters and Perry.
Oh, it is my exact goal to make sure none of you die.
Wonderful.
That's a tall order.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, short stuff over here.
Mama tried.
You misunderstood the request, though. Specific to that one. You wanted to focus.
I'm going to leave now. Whether or not you guys join me in these travels is up to you.
It's like, I didn't know you took requests. Would you protect me personally above all else?
After that whole encounter, I will protect you last.
I like
As
this
I
guy.
turn and I walk away.
From bottom to top, it is Damon, then Caterpillar, then the rest of
I
it.
am more interested in the caterpillar than you.
To clarify, do we get a cart or anything, or are we just walking on foot? I didn't know since he's coming with us.
Yeah, I don't think there's any real reason to have a cart.
Okay, I didn't know
So,
if we.
yeah. They wouldn't volunteer one of their carts. So
What about all the loot we'll be grabbing?
they don't have that kind of faith in you.
Oh,
Wow.
By you, they mean Dr. Isaac.
oh, okay. That makes more sense.
I wouldn't have asked for a cart. They need it for the fields.
So you do get some good lucks and some waves from the various people at the Blackberry Farms and the caravans as you begin to make your way west. You have a general idea of where the ridge is. Does anybody have knowledge local or knowledge geography?
I have local
And
knowledge,
I have geography. Is this something that can be achieved with the DC 10?
No.
I think.
I
Yes,
know of
I do.
nature, the type of area the kobolds might live in.
That's a 1.
Nice. So you walk outside into the sun. You look around at the forest, the trees, the running water, and you get this feeling of kind of like a fear of open areas. There's a word for that. It escapes me.
Agoraphobic?
No,
That's
that's
the opposite.
This is the indoor?
And you feel like this is all lot suddenly. And you're just like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be right now. Kind of washes over you.
It's a 13 on that geography.
13 geography, I would say you know from what they've said generally where this ridge would be based on the overall like landscape.
Okay.
I take a look around and get like within 1 step from Ragnar. Just like,
Right next to him.
So if I pick up any sort of like hesitation, my hand will just go on your back and be like, "Come on, little one. The adventure goes to where you are the most afraid." Sort of push you forward.
I don't like that.
Well, your weasel does.
You're also taking advice from a tiefling with wings, horns, and hooves. Like,
I don't like that.
He's too type A to understand the needs of a child, and he's just like, yep. Also, if anybody would like, you can roll me a survival check for tracking.
I did
I
it.
wish I was a ranger. 14.
14.
11.
Oh, I don't.
I'm just heading west.
Yeah. So
23.
nice.
I did
So,
it.
both of you, as you start to head west, typically a heavy rain would wash away most tracks, but it seems what you're tracking was heavy enough that it left deep indentions in the ground as you see the footsteps, the well-defined footsteps that were in the mud the day before yesterday, leading towards the west. And it's not a particularly difficult thing to track, but you see it and you're like, oh, is this what we're looking for kind of situation? And you're like, oh yeah.
So that would, I assume, be sort of a, not harsh reality is the wrong word, but I'm looking at a footstep that's probably like, I assume, somewhere around that.
Mm-hmm.
Every
It
time
is.
you ask me, I'm like, Bob is a nice person.
Twice the size of a regular adult human.
Right. Well,
Once again,
went
coming
that way.
I will
coming from a guy who has red skin, horns, wings. He's a nice person.
I will straight up point it out and be like, see Perry, see the footprint? You could probably lay in that.
I do lay in it.
I'm like, you're gonna enjoy seeing this thing.
Man, Zarek floats by on a leaf smoking a pipe. Let's do this.
Onward, my friend.
Watch out for that log.
Man, would you look at that boulder? That's a nice boulder.
I like that boulder.
Yeah, it's like
It's appropriate.
It is.
So,
You've got a chain. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You've got-
just a 10-foot length of chain.
A sword. You've got a.
so I've got a scimitar, and
Scimitar.
a walking stick.
Okay. Okay.
So-
This is me in character. Like,
Oh, okay.
and you use a warhammer.
Yeah, I also got this.
You have an axe too.
No.
The universe kept giving him an axe, and it
Okay.
just wasn't a thing.
All I've got is my walking stick.
This is what I was referring to by being a peasant.
I have a couple of other tricks.
You ran
up my
away on the
sleeve.
last encounter.
Yeah, it's just I just had a weird dream though. So
You had a dream?
yeah, I had some dream last night where I thought it was a nightmare, but it's all of you guys working together, and there's this thing with you.
A
I
thing.
don't know what you're talking about as I resume on this path.
I don't know. It's strange, but then Wormy came and visited me, so that's all. That's all I know.
He woke you up.
Yeah.
The thing is pretty big.
We're not calling it wormy.
With him saying,
He's calling it Mage's stick.
sort of giving me those hints of like, the worm came and visited him, and his dreams were okay.
You too?
Can I do another planes check with the DC maybe a slightly lower?
well, you're on a new level, so you can do that. However, that's really vague.
That's why I'm asking. Do I have enough information that my character would go, now wait a second.
I would allow you a spellcraft, and if you succeed that, I will give you a slightly lower DC on the knowledge planes.
18.
I believe that will pass, yes. So, if this thing is extraplanar, which you assume it to be, then you would think by what he is describing, and how his demeanor is just generally, especially with everything that he's gone through, that he's probably under the effects of calm emotions. It seems to be a positive thing, and it is something that you are familiar with that kind of role. So for this thing to be extraplanar and have that, it's still vague what it could be, but I will allow that roll.
I'm gonna re-roll that because it was slightly kinked.
It did look like it was.
It was also kinked on the 20. So. Much better. That's a 25.
There's only 20 on there.
Well, actually,
Not on his. He's got 420s.
Oh, smoke when we got him.
I got that 21.
You said it was 25?
20. I rolled an 18, but 25.
With a 25, you remember reading something about this. You're not sure when you read something about this or why you read something about this, but it seems to be something that's just up in here that you recall and you're able to pull out. This sounds like the Herald of Dreams.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. So the Herald of Dreams is something that Desnians believe in that most everyone else has never seen before. This is just like Desnian mythology, sort of. The Herald of Dreams is a giant moth. This creature being... I'll give you an idea of how big it be. It is a... You shush.
Shoosh.
Hey, Derek. I believe Gargantuan and Kaiju are kind of the same thing.
Then there's Fluffy.
But this is wormy.
Because there's no real like solid descriptions on how big it actually is or what it actually looks like, there are stories of it being able to carry up to like half a dozen people on its back if this was a real thing.
And I feel like my character would have a semblance of how big something would have to be able to do that.
Correct. If it was a moth big enough to carry half a dozen people or better on its back,
Huge.
yes, it would be a massive creature. You also kind of have the understanding that this thing would be generally good and an icon or a symbol of the Desnian religion. No other creature would be more sacred to a Desnian worshiper than the Herald of Dreams. But this thing only being that big and the Herald of Dreams carrying people on its back, you kind of have doubts that that's what it is, but that's kind of what you're leaning towards. Like, if it was anything, I hope it's that. I doubt it, but that'd be cool. Kind of sensation.
I guess I would
You may not ask any questions about the
I
Herald of
did
Dreams.
think I could. I also kind of figured, like, knowing life cycles kind of like I do, if it does get to that big, this is a very young variant. Freshly hatched, maybe, if you will.
Well, you also don't know how they come to be or
Right.
what their life cycle is or anything.
We're finding that out real
So-
fast.
So we would be walking, and I would just stop mid-march. Just hand to my temple.
I stop.
What troubles you, weird trap?
The worm.
What are you, an NPC in Skyrim?
The worm.
Jesus Christ.
It was on the Star Leaf. Given you to by an Oracle of Destiny.
Given is a very generous term.
I'm talking to the group.
I'm pretty sure she died, and
Sure.
from the sounds of it,
A Disneyan worshiper had this particular egg, I'm assuming.
That is absolutely correct.
Feed it well. Keep it happy. It will bring you, specifically, great fortunes. It casts a spell on you, Lester. And I would just keep walking.
If this thing's casting spells, I think we need to give it.
did you feed it any paper?
What?
It's... You... Humans have a morality about them. This thing would be considered of the highest good.
I mean, we were friends.
It's not a worm. I'm still stuck on it. It's not a worm. It's not wormy.
What did that priest tell
Are
me
you
it
a
was?
are you a daemon?
Yes.
No, I'm a demon. It's different.
Oh no, I was trying to make a point, but clearly
We're spiraling fast.
that's gone down.
Wormy may be your name for it. They call it the Herald of Dreams. That's just what I'm thinking.
That's too much. Wormy's good.
Wormy's great. Feed it well. It'll give you good dreams. And I just keep walking.
Feeding it. You want to make something happy that eats all the time? Feed it.
Clearly, the lettuce.
That's how I'm happy.
Would I recognize the name Herald of Dreams?
Knowledge religion. Or planes.
I can do both.
Which one
No,
are
I
you
can't.
doing first?
I'm gonna do knowledge planes.
Okay.
Which one can you do content?
Knowledge
Knowledge
planes.
planes.
I can't knowledge religion.
His
I
trains and
can't do.
automobiles do not check out.
Oh, 20?
Thank you.
Dang it.
You've never heard of it.
This is a good joke.
Real lucky roll.
18, if you will.
Still riding that 18 train. So, the trail, it's dirt. So the trail that you're walking on looks like it's only recently been worn down. It doesn't look like a super well-traveled road like a dirt path or something, not even a game trail. Because typically game trails are the path of least resistance. It looks like whatever has been stealing from Blackberry Farms chose its own path and has created it itself. And it seems the most direct path is a straight line to where you're going right now. The terrain, starts to become a little more rocky as you start to head in that direction. The elevation raising up and these kind of limestone colored rocks decorate the hillside. It is still, the vegetation is still very thick here. There are trees, not really a forest, but there's enough of them that they block your sight from being able to see off into the distance. You start to kind of wind your way up this rocky path until you see what looks to be the mouth of a cave. It has taken you maybe an hour to get here, so it's not a super far walk. But there are two heavy stones that look like at some point in the past they have collapsed and they caught each other, creating the mouth of this cave. You see that the footsteps are entering into the cave, and you all hear that deep echoing from inside the cave.
Has to be a cave, doesn't it?
What do we do? Do we go in there and
Hang on. Do you hear that, Harry?
I hear a giant weeping?
Bob.
Right, Bob. His name is Bob.
Maybe you should go talk to him.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Already.
I start entering the cave.
Wait here.
What? Are we just gonna?
How
Does
far
he enter
away?
alone?
How far away are we from the mouth of the cave?
That depends on you.
When we heard the weeping sound.
I would say you'd be maybe 30 yards away. So it's loud.
So 90 feet from the mouth of the cave. Are we just gonna let him go in there by himself?
I also have dark sight up to 120 feet.
That's a lot.
It sure is.
There's no direct line in this cave that you can't see.
Sure, just for record, I can see 120 feet in front.
Okay.
So are you sensitive to the light at all?
No?
No, that was a neat question.
I'll step forward with you.
I'll go as
I
far as the
also-
entrance to the cave. I'm not going to go in until he says otherwise.
Yeah, I don't let Perry get more than 20 feet. At
I've got
best.
my hand on my dagger, just like ready to go.
I'm going in with him.
It's the last
Yeah,
thing
they
we need. I'm also making sure we're not
And in front of
immediately
them,
in front of the
to
mouth
grab
of
them,
it,
I've never
not
done
knowing
those.
what could happen.
So are we setting up the ambush?
No,
What do you mean?
we're here to find a baby, not kill.
No, not kill the baby. Are you a monster? Why would you suggest that? No, we're trying.
Says the
Make
one with the
sure.
hand on the hilt of their dagger.
Yes, for your safety, Ragnar.
For your sake.
That's how that works.
Just in case there's like ghosts or goblins or kobolds
You
or
think a banshee's
bandits.
gonna come up here and just like ooga booga and scare us to death?
I don't know what a banshee is.
But now I do. The icon was a ghost, and so I was expecting something spooky, but it was like,
it was, just not the way you thought.
I was surprised.
We don't know what
It's a
we're
banshee.
expecting. The only thing we know is
Ooh.
Isaac told us that we're going to help find the baby giant and whatever it entails.
So we should climb up on top of the rocks.
You know what? You want to go climb the rocks? That's fine. And I'll climb
it'd be-
right behind him.
I think it'd be very strategic. I'll attempt to climb up top of one of the rocks.
roll that climb.
It's gonna be terrible.
Ray.
Terrible.
Unless you change your mind.
19.
I'll stay 10 feet behind, but I'll still pay.
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't.
You almost doubled the DC
Nice.
as you easily make your way.
17.
12. You follow behind him, but like it's surprising how light he is. As you're just kind of like, ooh.
I'm just watching from the ground, just shaking my head.
And I'll have my dagger drawn
dark, so
and like
I will illuminate like my staff or something.
up against the edge of the cliff, like looking over, like ready to pounce.
Just for clarification, my thought is we're not at the mouth of the cave. He's not going to want to jump on top of anything from this height. I think he's safest up here.
And then you see me like ready. You're like, oh, maybe not.
How high is he?
I'm right
How
beside
high am
him
I?
with my hand ready to just grab him.
Hi,
He tries
how
to
am I?
move.
You should.
Hi.
You'd be about 20 feet from the ground.
Okay.
You're 2 stories up.
That's nothing. It's 2d6 guitar.
As the 3 of you make your way into the cave, that weeping becomes more and more apparent. The cave does kind of eat the echo of it, but it is loud, as if this thing has no real worry about anything hearing it. But as you step into the cave, you see that there is a turn. The cave itself being that very natural, damp, moist, rock-laden floor. As you step in, your light begins to illuminate, dancing off of the wall. And something that you do notice is it seems that there are like these crystalline deposits all over the wall. And as your light washes over them, it begins to paint the room in this beautiful purple shimmer as you step in. It's
What kind
not
of-
enough to like dazzle or anything like
Just say,
that.
what kind of roll is it to determine what kind of crystals these are?
That would be nature, but I'll just go ahead and tell you, they're not a precious stone.
They don't
They're-
look like beautiful amethysts.
No. They're not really worth anything, but they do look gorgeous as your light plays off of them. Contending with the white light of your staff is a blue glow from around the corner that looks as if it's moving, shifting around something as a shadow dances across the floor, on the wall, disappears, dances across the floor, on the wall, and disappears again.
I would sort of, as we get to where we would go around, Ben. My friend, Menzirik, was it?
Yes.
Are you good at sneaking and peering around?
We'll find out together.
Just,
Generally speaking, yes.
he mentioned the lizard people. I don't know if they're.
Is this a hush tone?
I am trying to whisper.
Should I douse this? I'll go ahead and stealth forward, see what happens. The light goes out of my staff. That's king.
That's off the table.
Nobody uses their little cold tray. All right, cool beans. It's gonna be 24.
24 stealth?
You just prefer my vision.
I also roll stealth since now apparently this has suddenly become a stealth mission.
I do not.
Oh, okay.
I roll stealth.
You may.
I only have a grand total of 14.
14?
I'm chains all the way down.
So you go first.
Yeah.
You're spearheading this. As you turn the corner, the cave itself at first has that very dank smell, that very earthy and moist rock aura about it. As you turn the corner, it becomes a much more kind of musky tone, as if something's living here and this is where it's made its bed and living space. And you see the silhouette of this thing sitting on the ground in a bed of moss that looks like it's unearthed it and brought it in as a bed. You see that there is like this rustic yet hardy looking table set to one side that looks like it's suffering from water damage, having had been there for so long. But a array of different items set on this table. None of them worth anything, just like trinkets and baubles and things like that, like a neat rock. The silhouette of this creature sits with its back to you as it kind of weeps and mourns, the light above its head from this glowing stone circling over and over as it
I go back and kind of report what I saw, like, you know, especially like the glowing light above him.
It's how he sees it. I would just brazenly step forward, sort of peer around the corner, my eyes turning that greenish glow as I cast the spell to see if he's hurt in any sort of way or if he's still as healthy.
He's helping. But when you get within 30 feet of him, which is the distance you would be when you turn that corner, he stops and he turns in that sudden as he looks at you. Friends.
To find maybe.
Are they Bob?
They're mostly
Oh, yeah. Who's not Bob?
don't know yet.
He raises up.
Is he speaking in hushed tone, or can I hear this conversation?
He is speaking in a hushed tone. You can still hear it. Because his hushed tone is much
Do
louder.
you know where baby would be?
Lizard stuck, baby. Oh. He begins to walk out. He walks out into the main open area of this cavern, directly in line of sight of you two. And I assume you're both still stealthing?
Yeah, I didn't stop.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and roll it for Rayano. Uh-oh.
Can you command him this stuff?
Rayato.
You know what? I can't.
Sorrentino's just there.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, surely he'd pick up on social cues. He's hiding.
I feel like I would have done a handle animal to get him to,
Mm-hmm.
but if I used that roll, I totally failed.
Okay.
So Ray is just hanging out.
As he walks into the open cavern, he turns and he sees Rayato just kind of like sniffing. Rayato turns and looks at him. He looks down and he screams. The rest of you outside the cave hear this panicked groan as you hear something and then fall backwards as in its panic it trips and falls on its back, moving away from Rayato as if it's a predatory animal about to murder it.
I draw my sword and
I sort of
approach
just-
the end of the cave, trying to peer into the dark.
Look at
He looks up at you as he begins to kind of panic, seeing another figure step into his cave. You see this giant just backpedaling. He's probably about 50 or 60 feet in.
How far does the light from the entrance go in?
Well,
I don't have
he's
He has
he's got poof going on.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, you can. He is a glowing light source.
Use the glowing light sword.
Yeah.
I see Bob's more than one. That raptor is Bob.
Raptor Bob.
That man in door, mostly Bob. It's okay.
I feel like I've been vaguely insulted, but I don't know why.
That's Ray Bob.
Real fast. Nothing shook and like while we were up top, did it?
No.
Okay, thank God.
Are there lizard people in here in this cave? How far away are they?
He stands up. I don't know.
I would yell out the entrance, Ragnar, your assistance might be needed.
Come on, Perry. I pick him up
He like goes to jump, and you're like, no.
and I'll jump down with an acrobatic check.
Do that thing.
He goes to jump, you say no, and then you jump.
I think you both are about to be in a little bit of pain.
This is gonna be good.
10.
Well, that's the DC. Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure, maybe I don't know.
Reduces it by 10.
Yeah.
1d6.
Sprains
Well,
his ankle.
5 points of damage.
Um,
Have you already got feathers?
he doesn't take damage.
That's thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you jump, and as you're about to hit, it feels like the air around you disperses and shifts as you kind of like stumble and land, and you're like, I'm better at that than I thought I was.
Whatever. I let you go, and I go inside. I said, "Stay out here, please."
But I was saving you.
I ponder on that as I walk in.
He sees you, and he's just kind of
Bobs.
like, how many Bobs?
I take it this is not the baby.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I am also Bob as I step out from the cave side.
Yes,
Since everybody spotted me yet, but
He's trying to figure out how many set up.
Since everybody's doing it, I just
Anyone
toss
who
and
is
jump
not
out.
lizard people, right now in this room, Bobs.
Amphibious.
Bob means friend. Just go.
Is that the giant we're supposed to find?
Well, this is the giant. We're looking for his giant.
You said you needed my assistance.
You're here to find baby?
I assume the falling giant probably alerted some kobolds down the corridor.
Does it actually show that it goes further in?
So looking around, give me a perception check.
Perceptify.
Let's go.
At 20.
Not at 20. I got a total of
17, but you know, whatever.
So you see it,
9.
12.
23.
you see it.
20.
Are you in the cave?
I'm at the mouth of the cave.
I can't stop him
Looking
from
in?
coming in after
Can
I
you
asked him
see
to
it?
stay outside. So.
So, looking in, you all do notice that there is a heavy rock to the back. This rock probably weighs several hundred pounds. It's a sizable stone. And it looks as if it's been shifted back and forth. The wall is scraped, the mud has been shifted, even some of the crystals have been broken off and lay scattered on the ground beside it. You get a feeling that there's something beyond that rock. You, however, feel a gentle breeze moving through this cave, meaning that breeze has to be coming from somewhere, and you know it's behind that specific rock.
Ask him if he moves that rock or the lizard people.
I do.
I cast.
More surprised that he actually understood and will talk to me because most giants don't.
You're speaking common, yeah?
Yeah.
So wait, that's your job?
Parry.
I'm like peeking around. Ragnar.
Job is what lizards ask me to be.
But what do you want to do?
I don't know.
I motioned for Parry to walk over.
want to be with baby.
Guys, we have to get his baby.
The last time I asked him a question like that, that's how he got the name
I
Bob.
do believe that was
Hey,
the
Bob,
intent.
do me a
I do
favor.
it even harder now.
Buddy. Couple of things. The caverns of lizard people behind the stone. Would you mind if they fell asleep for a very long time? So they couldn't hurt you?
good.
It's not the good kind of
I
sleep.
lean into Parry.
That's also okay.
Okay. Also, do you mind rolling that stone back? My friend here with the giant hammer is going to make sure that those lizard
I pick it up. I'm be like, he's afraid of me.
lizard people caverns are. He will make sure they don't have a bad time.
You're all here to help Bob?
Yes,
You're all Bob.
we are gone.
Oh, I have present. He stand up. I have present for Bob's.
Can you wait till after we're done?
You made him sad.
Go ahead.
We would like the present.
Okay.
I just kind of roll my eyes, but I don't say anything.
He walks over to the side. He reaches up into this ridge on the cave wall, somewhere that's tucked away. Not a super clever hiding spot. It'd be the equivalent of hiding something on the fridge to keep it away from your dogs. As he reaches in and he pulls out a severed calf leg. Kobolds wanted this, but I hid it. Bob no eat meat, but Bob think you might eat. So is for Bob. He walks over to you.
If you will continue to store it up there, we will collect it on our way out.
Had to take the gift, didn't you?
Okay.
We just
It
have
looks-
no way of carrying it with us.
It looks
until we
delicious, but we like to cook it over a fire before we eat it.
Oh, okay. If you want.
We'll collect it on the way. But thank you.
So do you know which way they took his baby?
Yeah, through that stuff. I imagine that's why he's about to show me before Rihanna scared him.
He walks over to the stone. Just be careful. Bob doesn't have many friends that are Bob.
I understand completely what you just said.
Okay. He grabs the stone, and even from him, a little effort as he shifts it, and it makes quite the noise as he. The area that he has just revealed is only comfortably accessible by a small creature. A medium creature can fit, but they would suffer from the squeeze condition.
Only we
squizzed.
knew a small creature.
Oh yeah, I'm already in there.
He just exists in the tunnel.
I'll squeeze after the big scary melee guys go.
I will go after.
Can you tell us how far it is? I'm referring to you.
Well, I'm definitely gonna stealth first, so let me roll that real quick, since that's a thing.
Are there negatives? to
Last thing we
stealth
need
and
is to be
squeezing?
stuck in this thing. Kinda.
For now, no.
That's gonna be a 24 once again.
Yeah, you don't hear it. He's just gone.
Yeah, just passively stuff.
It's just a cave frog.
Perception on what's going on. It's gonna be a 24. Once again.
25.
For perception?
You have dark vision?
I do.
So with a 25 perception, something that you can tell is this is well traveled. It seems like any obstructions, any like stones, has been carried and moved out of this tunnel. The tunnel is semi-natural, but it has been hewn in some spots to widen it to make it more accessible. You begin to move through it, and you travel for a surprisingly long way, maybe 30 or 40 feet, before it opens up, dropping down another 5 feet into a large open cavern.
Womp womp.
I
You
did
wait for us
declare
there.
I went after the frog.
So I'm gonna come back. I'm not gonna wait for them to come through the hole before I start scouting ahead. But I am 100% gonna start coming back once there's that drop down to let them know what I've seen. So
No, he's too much.
I also
What's happening?
Trying to make that go away.
Trying to change it to a hex. I got you.
No.
Oh,
There we go. That's close enough.
Just click that button again.
those are squares.
go and I touch Ray Otto, sprinkle a little bit of dirt on him, and I cast Long Strider on him.
Now he's a long strider.
So you go back, touch Rayado.
He's
Faster.
even faster than a raptor normally is.
Scurry, scurry, scamper. Scurry, scurry, scamper.
Is he a tiny creature?
He is a small creature.
So he's as big as you.
I mean, mechanically, yes, he is definitely bigger than I am. like,
Oh.
yeah. He's 3 feet and I'm 2 feet. So, like, okay, yeah. Yes, I come back. Let them know.
Lord, I did not have my mind wrapped around just how small your character is. Your frogman is like my knee height,
Like,
basically.
literally 2 feet tall, yeah.
I'm just trying to picture a frog humanoid with a
I-
bow that stands up as tall as my knee.
I rolled how tall he was, and I rolled the minimum.
I had a
Maximum would have been like 2
tape
and a half.
measure there, but what was that, 2 feet, like that?
Yeah, about that.
You got 2 feet on you.
Hilarious.
Oh, Lariel.
So if I reduce you,
Please don't. Please do not.
You can share a square with someone.
Mythically reduce him to diminutive.
I don't want to be. Yeah. So after everybody comes through, then I start like showing them where I went.
You all begin to, and for everyone except Perry, make the uncomfortably claustrophobic journey through this tunnel. Anyone in medium armor or heavier is having a particularly difficult time squeezing in as you crawl and shift through this tunnel. Even at one point, laying
scraping.
flat of your back to grab the entrance of this cavern and pull yourself through. As you all file out, go ahead and place your figures on the map. You see that there is this natural bridge that extends into this wide open cavern. There is no natural light in here. And so your staff illuminating...
If I had it illuminated right now.
Oh yeah, you... Okay.
Put them in front.
Oh, I guess that'd have to be.
I might need to turn that back on.
That wasn't me.
So it would be, in the absence of
See
that,
the
it's
mid-screen
pitch black
flicker.
in here. Only dark vision creatures would be able to see anything at all. Yeah, I think when I come out of the mouth of this thing for a second.
This natural bridge that you stand on only extends out for about 25 or 30 feet before abruptly dropping. It disappears into the darkness 50 feet below. You, however, can see down into this open crevice before you. You see that there looks to be what appears to be mushrooms or a fungus of some kind. They have a cap that comes up to a pointed dome with these like, what's the word I'm looking for? Indentions, these caverns,
Divots?
these divots, all around the cap of it. And they have what looks to be tendrils, 4 of them snaking up and examining, feeling around the floor as they begin to creep and crawl along the floor of this cavern.
I can't see anything. Can I light this room up, or is that going to be a bad idea? It's Eric. Where are you?
I lean over and I was like, well, the mushrooms may have something to say about that, but I don't think they will care.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Extending out beyond that is what looks to be a makeshift bridge. It is smaller than you'd expect it to be and rickety looking. The rope seems sturdy, but the planks that lay out before you looks like they have been scavenged.
AJ.
Does it look difficult to climb down?
It is a sheer drop.
Okay. No.
So if you were to fall at any point, getting back up would be very difficult.
You said it was 50 feet down?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Yep.
There are 2 people there. That doesn't really affect.
Also, as you step into the cave, you all, did you say you cast a light? or
I'm not
okay.
yet.
Okay.
I've been specifically asking.
Hold off on that. Just for now.
Okay, I'm just going to lay here on the ground and hold.
Just
like laying in the
just gonna-
throne, just hold the...
Grab you by the shoulder. It's fine. Stand there.
Before any of us take a step on the bridge, never mind, I don't have it. I'm gonna take a step.
Oh, he going to
Oh,
take
you don't
that
have
step.
engineering, do you?
No.
Mhm.
Or trap sense or anything like that.
Well, lucky for you, you're the smallest. You're lightweight.
I knew.
You step on bridge.
Yes. I continue walking slowly.
For how far?
Can you move me to the head of that bridge?
Every about like, let's say every 10 feet or so, I stop and kind of like
Assess the
assess
situation.
what's going on. Does this look like? So I don't have knowledge engineering. Does this look like it's like gonna fall apart anytime soon, or am I just like?
Roll me a perception check.
Sense motive the bridge.
You're gonna sense mode of the bridge.
Literally, we've been burned before.
Are you doing okay?
Wait, if you sense mode of the bridge and it
I like
works,
That's a mimic.
14. It seems fine.
I'm gonna keep going then. I'm gonna like stop necessarily worrying about it.
How far across the bridge do you go?
I wait for others to come along. So
There?
maybe, yeah, probably about that then.
I specifically
what are you
do
guys
not
waiting for?
let people follow until I see him get across. So if you turn around and look at me, I was like, keep going.
You're doing a fine job.
Come right, Otto.
He scurries and he scampers.
He probably doesn't listen to me.
He listens. He loves you.
I haven't taught him that yet. That's not the trick.
No, but he would generally be following you. I would say the follow command comes after the stay command. So if you don't have the stay command, then
If my
one
dog
command
understands
and
how to
it's
come to me,
so he's just following you like a dog, like a
I was
puppy.
say if my dog can learn to follow me, I'm no ranger.
He just instinctively sticks with who he trusts.
Okay. So we just keep going, and every once in a while I look back, like I believe it's safe.
Give me a mechanical
Let's
distance.
go 15 more feet. Me and Rayado.
Want to get on top of the stone? You know you want to.
Okay. We'll go another 15 feet.
I just asked if somebody can please, for the love of God, put some light out here.
Ragnar, should I go next?
I can't see, so no.
Are you blind too?
No,
I
I
go-
can't
I
see
look
down here in the
look at
dark.
everyone else is like, oh, that's what.
I go all the way.
You get about 10 feet from the very edge. When you do so, you all hear this deep screech that fills the cavern with this like spine tingling sound. And then you hear the displacement of air, this as what looks to be an ox-sized bat drops from the ceiling and drops directly in front of you, blocking your path to the bridge beyond. This bat rests on its claws, its wings folded up to either side, as it squares up to look at you. Do you speak Draconic?
I do not know.
It has a length of rope around its neck and a small section of bone with something inscribed on it. As it lands in front of you and tilts its head, making this like chirping click noise as it's examining you. But it holds its place there at the head of the bridge.
Knowledge nature to know what type of bat it is. You know more about it.
Engineering.
It's actually a knowledge arcane.
Depending. Give me a
I
second.
don't have any of that, so that's fine.
It's actually a
Also,
knowledge
It's knowledge nature.
religion. It's a deity.
So 16.
16. This you would recognize as a dire bat. This giant furry bat is nearly the size of an ox with dark leathery wings that open wider than two men with arms outstretched. The dire bat is usually found lairing in desolate areas, resting in caves or other secluded areas during the day and taking to the skies in search of prey at night. This immense creature has an average wingspan of 15 feet and weighs roughly 200 pounds. You may ask one question about the dire bat.
Well, one, it could eat me alive. So there's that.
Is it a carnivore?
Do they eat frogs?
Maybe it's a
special
fruit bat.
Special attacks.
Could be a dire fruit bat.
Sonar.
It has no special.
I somehow doubt.
It does bite, though.
The thing around its neck. Can I roll like a spellcraft to identify that?
It's not magical.
So says the lying DM.
The Lying DM did say that.
Roar.
I look back at Rayado and I kind of push him back 5 feet.
Did anyone else hear the whoosh sound?
And I know I'm being observed. I try to like. It looks aggro, I assume. Like it's gonna eat me.
You can either roll me sense motive or animal handling.
Sense motive is higher. 20, not natural.
With a 20, it looks like it's expecting something. It's not attacking you, but it looks like it's expecting something from you.
Should have brought the calf leg.
I pull out the ration that I was given earlier, and I lay it down. I know that
It's gonna be so.
It moves across the bridge, making the entire bridge jump and shake as it moves the 5 feet onto the rickety bridge.
I take a 5 foot step back. as it moves forward, I move back, and I also push Rayado back. Like, I want him to stay away.
It tilts its head down, examining the rations. It moves the bread to one side. It takes its claw, picks up the cheese, discards it. It looks at the berries. You see it become increasingly agitated. As it looks up at you, its wings spread out and it screeches, and I will need the party to roll for initiative.
Do I need to make another roll?
If we just taken the leg.
Because
Yeah.
Do what?
do I need to make another roll? Because I see with my special eyes.
Another roll for what?
You know what?